Welcome to Discover Bible Prophecy. Today we're studying the metal man of Daniel 2. Daniel 2 describes an image with a head of gold, a chest and arms of silver, a belly and thighs of brass with legs of iron, and feet and toes of iron and clay. You know, it's during the time of these 10 toes in this prophecy that a stone which is cut out without hand, which is Jesus Christ, smashes the image. What this prophecy is really showing us is 7 consecutive kingdoms, starting with the Babylonian kingdom and ending up with God establishing his kingdom. The dream of Daniel 2 is widely understood, but not everyone understands the toes. So let's look at this. Daniel 2, we read about a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had, and Nebuchadnezzar didn't understand the dream, so he summoned his smart people, his magicians. But none of them could reveal the dream to him. So Daniel was summoned, and God revealed the dream to Daniel. So Daniel tells the Nebuchadnezzar what the dream meant. He says, "O king, you saw and behold a great image, and this great image's head was of fine gold, and its chest and arms of silver, and his belly and thighs of brass, and his legs were of iron, and his feet part iron and part clay. And then you saw a stone that struck the image and broke it into pieces. And then this stone became a great mountain and filled the whole earth." So let's look at this. The head was gold, chest was silver, belly was brass, legs of iron, feet of iron and clay, and toes of iron and clay. Then he goes and explains what these mean. So it says, the God of heaven gave you a kingdom. So God actually set up Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom. And he says that you are the head of gold. That must have pleased Nebuchadnezzar. Then he says, after you shall arise another kingdom which is inferior, which is silver. And that's the second kingdom. And then next the third kingdom of brass, and that will be rule over the earth. And after the third kingdom, a fourth shall be set up, which is strong like iron. And then a fifth kingdom, which will be the feet and toes, and it will be partially clay and partially iron. And finally, the toes of this image will be the sixth kingdom, and it will be iron and clay. And after the sixth kingdom, in the days of the 10 kings or the 10 toes, God will set up his kingdom, and it will never be destroyed. So this is the final kingdom to be set up. The 7th kingdom will be God's kingdom. So let's see where this fits in Earth's time. The head of gold, it was Babylon, started 605 approximately. Number 2, the chest and arms of silver was the Medo-Persian Empire. Belly and thighs of brass was the Grecian Empire. The legs of iron was the Roman Empire. The number 5 was the feet of iron and clay. Well, that's the today's world with its over 200 countries. And finally, number 6, the 10 toes of iron and clay, which is yet to come. That's a future kings that will rule the earth. History confirms, and scholars generally agree, that the first 4 kingdoms are as listed here. You know, when we look at the 5th kingdom with the feet of iron and clay that don't cling together, this is a perfect description of today's world, We have some strong nations, some weak nations, and they're not able to work together. But who are these 10 kings that will be set up in the future? Let's investigate. Let's look into the book of Revelation to see if there's some clues to the 10 toes. In Revelation 13, we read that the dragon stood on the shore and saw this sea beast coming up from the sea, had 10 horns, 7 heads, and 10 crowns. Well, the horns in Bible prophecy represent kingdoms or nations, so the 10 horns represent 10 kingdoms. These are the kingdoms that are also mentioned in Daniel 2 in the toes. 3 important things I want to have you remember about this sea beast. The sea beast 10 kingdom alliance happens just before Christ's second return. The 10 kingdom alliance will only last for 1 prophetic hour. That's a short time, a few months probably. The 10 kingdom alliance will persecute the saints of God. There are some more clues in Revelation on the 10 kings. It says they committed adultery with her, and the merchants of the earth were rich from her excesses. You can see from this text and others that the 10 kings are not on God's side. They oppose God in the Great Tribulation. We also see in Revelation 19:19 that the kings, along with the beast, make war with Jesus. And this occurs just before Christ's second coming, and both are thrown into the fiery lake of burning sulfur. So in summary, God gave the prophecy in Daniel 2 to build confidence in God's prophecies. The 10 kings are empowered during the 6th trumpet, and it's part of a one-world government that Satan sets up during the 5th seal. You should take a look at the 4-part series on the Great Tribulation that I have on YouTube for more details on this. Number 3, the 10 kings will be given power during the 1335 days of the Great Tribulation. So we can see from this prophecy in Daniel 2, starting with the head of gold all the way down to the 10 toes, this gives us a timeline from 600 BC all the way through today to the second coming of Christ. So this is where we are in history. So the next event coming is the Great Tribulation, with God finishing his work on earth and setting up his kingdom. I want to thank you for viewing this video, and if you enjoy the videos that I've been presenting, I ask you to subscribe to this on YouTube so you can be notified with upcoming videos. Thanks again.